నేను మీ కల్పన. ఈ రోజు మనం పద్మనాభనగర్లోని స్కందగిరి టెంపుల్కి వచ్చాము. 21st రోజు స్కందగిరి టెంపుల్లో విగ్రహ ప్రతిష్టాపన, మహాకుంభాభిషేకాలు జరుగుతున్నాయి. టెంపుల్ ఓపెనింగ్ ఉండడం వల్ల టెంపుల్ యొక్క స్థల పురాణం, స్థల విశిష్టత, టెంపుల్ యొక్క విశిష్టత నిర్వాహకులను అడిగి తెలుసుకుందాం. టెంపుల్లోకి వెళ్దాం.
स्कंद मंगलदायक श्री स्कंद शक्ति स्वरूप श्री स्कंद मुक्तिदायक श्री स्कंद
श्री स्कंद सुब्रह्मण्य श्री स्कंद शंभु कुमार श्री स्कंद वल्लीनाथ श्री स्कंद
विशिताशनाशक श्री स्कंद क्रौंचासुरहर श्री स्कंद रक्षोबलहर श्री स्कंद
श्री स्कंद सुब्रह्मण्य श्री स्कंद शंभु कुमार श्री स्कंद वल्लीनाथ श्री स्कंद
स्वामी हे श्रीस्कन्द गुणस्वामी हे श्रीस्कन्द सर्वस्वामी श्रीस्कन्द सन्नुत स्वामी श्रीस्कन्द
श्रीस्कन्द श्रीस्कन्द सुब्रह्मण्य श्रीस्कन्द शम्भुकुमार श्रीस्कन्द वल्लीनाथ श्रीस्कन्द
मत्तोन्मत्ता श्रीस्कन्द मंजुल चित्ता श्रीस्कन्द मयूरवाहन श्रीस्कन्द सुमास्त्रमोहन श्रीस्कन्द
श्रीस्कन्द
నమస్తే అండి. ఈరోజు మనం పద్మనాభ నగర్లోని స్కందగిరి టెంపుల్లో ఉన్నాము. మనతో ఉన్నారు ఈరోజు మేనేజింగ్ ట్రస్ట్ మెంబర్ కృష్ణన్ రాజమన్ గారు. సార్, ఇక్కడ స్థల పురాణం గురించి, టెంపుల్ యొక్క ప్రాశస్త్యం గురించి, టెంపుల్ యొక్క విశిష్టత గురించి ఒకసారి సార్ని అడిగి మనం తెలుసుకుందాం. సార్ నమస్కారం.
నమస్కారం. ఓం శరవణ భవ. This temple, during the year 1960s, a group of primarily 6 people formed Adi Kirtigai Lakshasana Committee. English like that. They are all devotees of Lord Subramanya, basically from Tamil Nadu and settled here. So Adi Kirtigai is a great significant festival in the Aradhana of Shiva Subramanya. During the year 60s, they formed a committee known as Adi Kirtiga Laksharchana Committee, and they were performing Adi Kirtiga in different temples. In the year 1965, they felt the necessity for a construction of a separate temple for Lord Subramanya. So accordingly, my father, Sri N. Rajamani Iyer, was one of the 6 founder members of this great institution. He offered to do Moola Vigrahas for the temple as his contribution. So he ordered for the Moola Vigrahas from Chidambaram, and in the year 1965, the Vigrahams arrived. And then we were having Dhanyavasam and Jalavasam for extended period in our own home. Now the founder members were Mr. Rajagopal Iyer, Mr. Natarajan and other people. So a situation was very during the year 1968, all of them approached Mahaswami Chandrasekhara Saraswati Swamigal when he camped in Swarajya Press in Secunderabad for Chaturmasyam. As the temple constructions was getting delayed for various reasons, my father, Mr. Rajamani Iyer, he gave up salt as per the directions of his guru, and he remained saltless till the Mahakumbhabhishekam, initially for 5 years and later on for about 7 years, aggregating to more than 12 years in his life as without salt. That's a sort of a penance for Lord Subramanya. I think that's one of the main reasons why the whole temple complex has come to this level. Now, when everyone approached Mahaswamigal, he spotted this hillock during his walk in the morning. He is a walking god. He is a god avatara. He knows what is to be done. So he visualized a great temple here, and then he called for the owner of the land, the Ernala Balram Garu. He immediately offered to donate the entire piece of land for the temple, and so the temple complex was located and visualized by His Holiness Sri Pujya Sri Chandrasekhara Mahaswamigal Paramacharya Mahaswamigal. Then with his holy hands he performed the Shankusthapanam as well as the Mahakumbhabhishekam of Sri Vinayaka temple which was constructed within a span of 3 months. While doing the Mahakumbhabhishekam, the Mahaswamigal, he was highly impressed by the beauty of the Vigraham. So he named it Sri Sundara Vinayaka Swamigal, and he blessed that this will be Skandagiri will be a Kshetram. It was he who named this place as Skandagiri. He blessed that Skandagiri will become a Kshetram. So the vision, the blessings, with the vision and the blessings of Sri Paramacharya Swamigal, closely followed by Sri Jayendra Saraswati Swamigal, who had taken a lot of interest, and as this comes under the aegis of Sri Kanchikamukoti Peetham. The present point the present Acharya, Sri Shankara Vijayendra Saraswati Swamigal, he took a lot of initiatives. He continues to take a lot of initiative and offers guidance to us for all the construction. During the year 2010, this temple complex came gradually. First, the Vinayaka temple was constructed. Secondly, the Subramanya Swami temple was constructed in the 1970, and Mahakumbhabhishekam performed. And subsequently, the temples of Ekambareswara Swamigal, Kamakshi Amman, Jayadurga all came up one by one. And the temple came up gradually, so it was built up in stages in different forms and different things. So during the year 2010, actually I was ordained to be the first servant of Lord Subramanya and lead the temple management in the year 2002, after the demise of my father in 1994. So the mantle, Swamiji said, you have to take the mantle. So we, by 3 generations we are attached to Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham. So we just followed his directions, and today we are seen. So during the year 2010, Swamiji said, we all felt that we should reconstruct the whole temple, because it was in a dilapidated condition, as also it was constructed in stages, and previously it was constructed in cement and mortar, that is called Sudai Vigrahams. Now we decided it's a divine blessings. We never expected to embark on such a large expansion program or a reconstruction. So in the year 2010, Swamiji with his hands he inaugurated and he offered the blessings, and from then on the whole thing took a different shape. I can tell you the present form is purely a divine blessings of Lord Subramanya. The way he wants his abode to be constructed. So my contribution, our contribution is very small, and it's only the divine force. These things cannot be explained. This can be only experienced. And we have been very fortunate to have the divine blessings and the continued guidance of Sri Jayendra Saraswati Swamigal, the 69th Acharya, and the present Acharya, Sri Shankara Vijayendra Saraswati Swamigal. He takes a lot of initiative. He gives us a lot of guidance. And when the thing is said, he said, I will come and do he feels totally enthused. And we are very fortunate to have such a Acharya during our lifetime. So now the result is there, all these as you see.
టెంపుల్ డిజైన్ అంతా ఎవరు చేశారు అంటే పర్టికులర్గా వన్ ఆఫ్ ద మెంబర్ చేశారా, మీరు నమూనా ఏమైనా వేయించారా, అందరూ కూర్చొని డిజైన్ చేసుకున్నారా?
First thing is, I can tell you, this is possible because of the combined effort of our team of trustees. I enjoy a very special relationship and affection and extreme cooperation of all our devotees and the trustees. The design, as a matter of fact, it was Sri Jayendra Saraswati Swamigal who nominated Sri Subbaya Stapati Avargal. So Subbaya Stapati, his son is here now today, because he is slightly unwell, he is not able to come. But it was a vision of Mr. Subbaya Stapati. He is Kalaimamani, Shilpa Kalaimamani Subbaya Stapati Avargal. So he has constructed more than 300-400 temples, including the famous Golden Temple, Marudamalai. I can go on and go on and go on. The list is very big. So we are fortunate to be associated with Sri Subbaya Stapati and his illustrious son Sri Swaminathan Stapati. This was all the blessings of Sri Jayendra Saraswati Avargal. And even it is followed by, the very fact that Sri Shankara Vijayendra Saraswati, he used to visit our workshop in Kanchipuram frequently and offer our guidance. And whenever I go, he used to spend about more than half an hour, 50 minutes to study the plan and give his suggestions and guidance. And regarding the structural design, with all humility, with all humbleness, I think Subramanya Swami has chosen me as I do not know. I think the rest of life I want to dedicate myself to the cause of the temple and cause of the Sanatana Dharma Trust. Being a civil engineer and in the field of construction for more than 50 years, primarily it was my passion, my pleasure to undertake this as a service to God. I've been closely associated with Sri Architect Sri S.N. A. Ravi, a leading architect, who just offered me. He said, I will do the entire thing, all drawings, architectural features of the whole thing was taken care of by Mr. Ravi. He's a leading architect. He does a lot of philanthropic job. Then question of comes the structural part. Structural part, though I'm a medalist from structural engineer, but we do need a professional man because I can't be doing everything. So Mr. Narayan Reddy of Design Engineering Group, he offered, and actually initially we thought it was going to be a small project. So he said, I will do it free of cost. But when the project got extended, he said, my word stands. I will not charge even a single rupee. So it's a combined effort of the Subbaya Stapati, and then the effort of Mr. Ravi and the effort of Mr. Narayan Reddy. See, we had been lots of, to construct a new temple or a new building is easier. But to construct completely reconstruction, it requires a lot of patience. And I've been extremely fortunately, I see this is a divine blessing of Sri Subramanya that he chose and given a good team of people, including the trustees, who have abundant faith in us, and that is what is the result. You see, ultimately, I strongly feel there is a purpose of life of each individual, and God decides what he should do. This is my firm conviction.
21st రోజు ఓపెనింగ్ ఉంది కాబట్టి ఆ రోజు జరిగే కార్యక్రమాల గురించి, యాగశాలల గురించి, పీఠాధిపతుల గురించి.
I strongly feel we are all blessed to have such a mega event of our life. This Swarna Bandhana Maha Kumbhabhishekam. Now Swarna Bandhana Maha Kumbhabhishekam I will tell a bit later. Now I will talk about the program. It's a great fortune that, and it shows the attachment and the of Sri Shankara Vijayendra Saraswati Swamigal has got for this Kandagiri Subramanya Swami Devalayam. He has got a great attachment. So when I approached him for 2 years earlier, then he said definitely I'll come. So all because of this corona and all got delayed, and it's a great blessing for us that he has agreed, he has consented for our request to perform the Swarna Maha Kumbhabhishekam of our temple. It's very unique opportunity for all the devotees in the Twin Cities as well as the city of Telangana, of the state of Telangana, and our place, that his presence and his blessings. Okay. Now regarding the Maha Kumbhabhishekam, as per the Shilpa Shastras, that's a big process. I can go on be repeating, it takes a lot of time, but generally I can tell you, we have normally whenever we disturb such structures, we construct a Bala Alayam. So where we temporarily accommodate the images of these deities in in wooden form. That is Atti Maram. I do not know in Telugu. Atti Maram. Atti made something like that. No? It is made of wood. So the whole thing is our main deities are kept inside in Dhanyavasam, and the power of the deities are worshipped in Balalayam. Now on the day of Balalayam, of the day of Mahakumbhabhishekam, prior to that, 1 week before, we start the as per the scriptures of laid down in Agama Shastras and Shilpa Shastras, we are supposed to transfer everything via the fire. That is the thing was for good. And Kumbham. So what we do is, we already our programs are started from 15th, day for yesterday. That is the Devata Pradishta. So we have started that. So simultaneously, we have started with the Shada Akshari Homam. That is a very unique, very auspicious, very powerful Homam conducted for Sri Subramanya Swami. It is in the process. It is already going on. You have come in the right time. This is the way I always feel, that God sends the right people at the right time. I don't have to go anywhere. He sends. He decides. His interview, perhaps he has decided. So this is during the performance of the Shadakshari Homam. This is considered very, very auspicious. During the entire span of about 50-60 years, perhaps we have done a second, two or third time, that's all. We perform Shadakshari Homam before starting the Balalayam, before disturbing the Vigrahas. Now we want to offer our gratitude to Lord Subramanya and perform the Shadakshari Homam and ask him to go back to his abode and bless the devotees of the Twin Cities, bless the devotees of entire globe, bless the state of Telangana and bless this nation, and let us be prosperous, happy, joy, and the name itself Saravana Bhava, I will delve with that later. That requires a prosperity that signifies lots and lots and lots of happiness. And we have a Sarva Kamika Vimanam. Shilpa Shastras is a big ocean. I don't want to get into that because it will take about hours and hours. But I can tell you in brief that our construction as completely in stone is a very unique structure. Now we don't have to. It will stand for not only generation. I tell you, it can stand for about 1,000 years. See, we have brought 3,000 tons of stones. 3,000 tons of stone have been beautifully carved. Some stones have been coming from near, this is Laka Quarry. This is about 80 kilometers from the Pakistan-India border. So this is what red stone for the Jai Durga. It takes lots and lots of time to go through the places. So this is, this is a unique temple. Thank you.
యాక్చువల్లీ అంటే ఒక్క సుబ్రహ్మణ్య స్వామి గారిని ప్రతిష్ఠిస్తున్నారా లేదంటే టెంపుల్లో ప్రతి ఓకే కామాక్షి
Under complete, there are totally main 8 or 10 deities like Sundara Vinayakar, Subramanya Swami, Valli Devasena, and then Ishwara, Ekampareshwara, Kamakshi, and Jai Durga, and then we have Varadaraja Swami, Bhudevi, Sri Devi. Then we have Koshta Vikrams of Dakshinamurti, Lingodbhavar and all. And then we have the Shanmuga Sayanalayam, where Lord will be taken. And then we have Shanmuga temple for the thing. And we have a Nataraja Sannidhi. And we have a Navagraha Sannidhi. Above all, the new addition is the installation of Adi Shankara, is the Paramaguru of our Sanatana Dharma, whom we revere maximum. This is made up with white marble imported from Vietnam with a beautiful sculpture. So we take pleasure and we surrender ourselves at the lotus feet of Adi Shankara and at the lotus feet of our Jagat Guru Shankara Vijayendra Saraswati Swamigal, and before that Jayendra Saraswati Swamigal, and before that Mahaswamigal, Paramacharya Mahaswamigal, who has visualized this temple and who has been totally instrument for this temple. So we again surrender unto that, and we pray God that all people here in the state of Telangana and in the nation leads a prosperous teaching. Thank you.
సార్ ఈ స్టోన్ గురించి స్పెషల్గా చెప్పారు. సో సార్ మాటల్లో ఒక్కసారి మళ్ళీ ఈ ఏంటి అనేసి చెప్పి విందాం.
See, this is a unique stone, red granite, hard. It is harder than even black granite. So what we have done is, according to Shilpa Shastras, Shilpa Shastras specifies the type, the color of the stones to be used for the construction of all temples. Like, you will be amazed to know there are male, female and napumsak in stones also. Like what you have in male, female and napumsak in wood also. So there is a rigorous selection process. We had myself, our structural engineer, architect, and our Sapati, that person, and the man who really supported me, Mr. Vikas Gupta, he only supported me. So we went all the way there, we selected the stones, and we finally got it from Jalore, and it's about 300-400 tons we brought, directly transported to Kanchipuram, where we had our workshop there. It is about 2,700 kilometers located away. And see, they can go on and on. It's a miracle how we got these stones.
ఓన్లీ ఇక్కడ అమ్మవారికి మాత్రమే స్టోన్ పెట్టారా సార్, లేదంటే వేరే టెంపుల్స్?
ఎట్లా అంటే యూ క్యాన్ హ్యావ్ రెడ్ స్టోన్స్ ఓన్లీ ఫర్ అమ్మవారి టెంపుల్. యూ కెనాట్ హ్యావ్ రెడ్ స్టోన్. Shilpa Shastra says you should not have, you can have red stones only for Ammavaru and Kamakshi, but we have decided for Jai Durga. I'm sure it's a unique stone. It will stand for thousands and thousands of years, and you can see the carving. You will be amazed. With all humility, I can say this is a unique temple for Jai Durga with this red stone, which is tested in Annamalai University, in the geological department, and then finally we selected. I'm sure this is going to be there for thousands of years.
ఆలయాల్లో ప్రధాన ఆకర్షణ ధ్వజస్తంభం. మరి ధ్వజస్తంభం బంగారు తాపడంతో ఉంది అని చెప్పేసి ఇక్కడున్న సందర్శకులు అందరూ అనుకుంటున్నారు. ఒక్కసారి సార్ మాటల్లో మళ్ళీ విందాం.
See, what is Alayam? What is Devalayam? What is Devalayam? Where Devam resides, the abode of Devam. What is Devam again? That which shines, like Deepam, Devam. All these are the Devams residing in a celestial place where they are very in a brightest form. So that is why they are Devalayam. Alayam, what is Alayam? మనం చెప్పేది ఏంటంటే when you come to Alayam, మన మనస్సు లయంతోనే ఉండేది ఆలయం. I can go on be explaining for about the meaning of ఆలయం and దేవాలయం. మనం ఎంత కోరుకోవాలంటే అంత రావాలి టెంపుల్కి వచ్చే మన లయం. లయం is also a sort of surrendering of our ego at the altar of the God. So idanni that we can go on. See the whole ఆలయం దేవాలయం according to Shastras, it reflects the human body. See, our religion is a celebration. Our Sanatana Dharma is a celebration. Our God, our culture says that you should celebrate life. You should not be, drowsy and all that. You should be celebrate that is why we have so many celebrations, so many festivals in our life. So again, coming back to that, this represents the body. So there are details, Shilpa Shastras in that, what is the mode and all. This again, this Dvajastambam is made of teak wood. So it has to be made on single teak only. This is about 45 feet 6 inches. We went to Bhadrachalam forest. Again, you will be amazed to know that there are male, female and napumsak in wood. So for Dvajastambam, it has to be male wood only. I can go on be explaining what is the type of that. That's a different matter. So we personally I spent 3 days in Bhadrachalam forest. And then with the permission of the forest department, Janik, I think they gave permission and we selected the stone and we got it thanks to the government of Andhra Pradesh at that time, now Telangana, that we got it absolutely free of cost. So yes, they have given us free of cost, the token small amount only, but we transferred that. So it was seasoned for more than 6 years to 8 years. We have seasoned that in a proper way and then we erected it. Now this whole thing is covered. Again, the Dvajastambam is into 3 parts normally. Vishnu Brahma Bhagam, which is a square type, the Vishnu Bhagam, which is a octagonal, and then Rudra Bhagam, and then the top. Again, Kinda Nunchi. That is again a big subject. It will go on for pages and pages. So there is a Shilpa Shastras which specifically says what should be the position of Shiva. He's our guy. What is the position of Dvajastambam? At what distance it should be located? Now, Shilpa Shastras again I can go on, but I will tell you in short. It should be located, and what is the height? The junction of Brahma Bhagam, Rudra Bhagam should be some place either at the navel or at the feet of Lord Subramanya. That is how. And even the significance of how you make the box. One side it's like that. It's a big, very interesting subject.
4-5 డేస్ నుంచి లాస్ట్ 15th నుంచి 21st వరకు యాగం జరుగుతోంది, ప్రతిష్టాపన జరుగుతోంది అంటున్నారు సార్. ప్రతిష్టాపనకి ఎవరైనా పీఠాధిపతులు వచ్చి చేస్తున్నారా లేదంటే కమిటీ మెంబర్స్ చేస్తున్నారా? అండ్ వచ్చేసి యాగం గురించి కూడా ఒకటి ఏదైనా చిన్న
ఇది ఇప్పుడు దిస్ స్వర్ణ బంధన మహాకుంభాభిషేకం. వాట్ ఈస్ మహాకుంభాభిషేకం? ఇది నార్మలీ in Shastras, what we do is we install the deities onto the Adhara Pitam, Alankara Pitam. There is an Adhara Pitam, there is an Alankara Pitam. Alankara Pitam means the deities కూర్చుంటుందండి. Now it has to be fixed. See, that is, I am talking about the engineering side now. Okay, I am talking about the engineering side and the technical aspects and the Shilpa Shastras.
మీరు సివిల్ ఇంజనీర్ గోల్డ్ మెడలిస్ట్ అనేసి.
That's God's wish and God's blessings. Now I have surrendered the rest of my life at the lotus feet of Lord Subramanya and at the lotus feet of our great Adi Shankara, and then the present Acharya Swamigal Sri Shankara Vijayendra Saraswati Swamigal. At this point I want to tell you, this is completely under the control, under the aegis of Sri Kanchi Kamakoti Pitam, and we operate under his guidance, under his directions, and this is ultimately it is their temple. and we are only representing them. So that is that. Now coming to the point of the Pradishta. So the Pradishta, see this is deities are fixed onto the Alankara Pitam and కింద వస్తుందండి. అలంకార పీఠంలో నార్మలీ అష్టబంధన పెట్టి సీల్ చేస్తాం. అష్ట దిగ్బంధన వేరే, అష్టబంధనం వేరే. అష్ట దిగ్ అంటే 8 డైరెక్షన్స్. ఇది అష్టబంధనం అంటే 8 హర్బ్స్. దట్ ఈస్ అ సీక్రెట్ నో వన్ విల్ రివీల్ అండి. దట్ ఈస్ కమ్స్ అండర్ ఫ్యామిలీ ట్రెడిషన్స్. Tapatis will not reveal. That is a closely guarded secret for the Tapatis. So what they do is there is a family guarded secret. Only certain families do that job. We get Ashtabandhanam. Ashtabandhanam petti we seal that so that it is strongly founded on the Alankara Pitam. But now the Shilpa Shastra says what happens when you do Ashtabandhanam, when you do Abhishekam for number of times, some few minuscule droplets of water may find its way into the foundation. సింపుల్.
విగ్రహాలకు మాత్రమే అష్టబంధనం ఉంటుందా లేదంటే ధ్వజస్తంభాలకు కూడా ఉంటుందా? ఓన్లీ విగ్రహాలే.
ఎనీ విగ్రహం which is fixed onto the foundation, it has to be fixed properly. Those days we do with Ashtabandhanam. Ashtabandhanam is a combination of 8 mooligas, 8 herbs. But now what happens, Ashtabandhanam, as per Shilpa Shastras, the life of Ashtabandhanam is 12 years. That is why they recommend the performance of Mahakumbhabhishekam once in 12 years. The last Mahakumbhabhishekam was performed in 2002. Now it's exactly 20 years. So adi because of various other reasons we have started this. So ఏమైందంటే ఇది అష్టబంధనం ఎట్లా అంటే అష్టబంధనం life is 12 years because the water slowly percolates into the foundation. So it weakens the foundation. So that is why Shilpa Shastra says you should perform Mahakumbhabhishekam once in 12 years. There are other reasons also. Shilpa Shastra, as I said, is a ocean. It cannot be explained. I am a novice. Only Shilpi, those people can explain better. But I am trying to put it in a very simple term for the benefit of all the devotees. So what happens is, another thing is, those days, all the villages, the temple used to be the tallest building. See, the Shastra said don't construct anything. That is, the temple used to be tallest. So, in order to check the temple from getting affected by the lighting, so this is one of the reasons why we have Rajagopura Kalasam with the copper. So that because it's being the tallest building, that takes the effect of all the lightning. Apart from that, inside we always fill with the paddy seeds. That is known as varai or something. So in the event of an entire inundation of the village, so any Shilpa Shastras have gone beyond expectation. See, if I talk about the measurements, that's again a separate subject, and I can tell you, I'll come to that within a minute shortly. This, our sages have foreseen all the difficulties. So in case of an inundation, the entire paddy completely gets inundated. They will pick up that seeds from the kalasam and then start reseeding.
అంటే కలశంలో ఎందుకు అలా సీడ్స్ పెడతారు అని చెప్పేసి
That is for the light, arresting the light. See, there is a multi-purpose reasons for. See, our shastras. Shall I tell you the measurements? We are talking about the measurements. How the shastras have developed. See, now we are talking of Paramanu. What is Paramanu? It is that mana atom bomb anu ani vachinda because from the basic of the Paramanu. What is Paramanu? It is a mode of measurement in Shilpa Shastras. I'll tell you 8 Paramanus, 8 Paramanu is Ter Tuli. Now 8 Ter Tuli is 8 Ter Tugal. It is the thickness of a child, the hair of the child of about 3-4 months born. What is the thickness? It will be light. That they are divided by 64. Okay. Now 8 times the thickness of the hair is known as the ear. Then 8 times the thickness of it is known as pain. From there 8 times the pain is the thickness of a paddy, of a Tanjavur paddy. There are different types of paddy. The paddy, when you measure in the width direction, see, the thickness of the paddy differs from the place to place. Now those days they were checked up with the paddy. That's why you have lot of artisans, sculptures from Tanjavur districts. That's another reason for that I can go on.
కల్చర్స్ అన్ని ఎక్కడి నుంచి తీసుకొచ్చారు సార్ మరి?
See, most of the black stones have been purchased from Tanjavur. It's actually from Trichy near Thorayur near Trichy. And then again selection of stones. Now you are dragging me into different subject. See, now as you know, your question is very leading questions. What I am saying is this selection of stone. It's a passion. Now as I told you, there is a in stones law female and napumsak. See, these stones has to be male stones only for some exclusive items you can.
టెంపుల్స్ కి ఏ స్టోన్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తారు? టెంపుల్స్ కోసం ఏ స్టోన్స్?
Gents male stones use చేయాలండి. How that male stones? Some people asked me, so why can't you get a stone from?
అంటే అమ్మవారికి మరి ఫీమేల్ స్టోన్ పెట్టొచ్చు కదా సార్? యాక్చువల్లీ అందుకు అదే బెటర్ మరి.
See, విగ్రహాలు అమ్మవారి విగ్రహానికి కావాలంటే ఫీమేల్ I do not know అండి. What I do not know, I just do not know. But I am talking about the stones. Now the stones have to be. Someone asked me this question. Why don't you get from Bongir? See, you know, Bongir stones. See, these stones are formed geologically over millions of years. These stones are formed below the river level in a very cool atmosphere. That is why the individual grains are very fine. So that is why the architecture, it is more stronger, it is more firm, and it is life is long, and that is why the intricate carving can take place. Then if you talk about the Bongir stones, now these stones are formed 30 to 40 feet below the ground level, and it should be growing towards the direction of the flow of river. It cannot be other way, then the stone is not acceptable. It's a lot of criteria are there. Then only you get this type of stone. You can go to Bongir stone. These stones are formed above the floor level, so they are formed at the when in the weather conditions which are hotter. So the grains are thicker. So you can't do for carving. So those stones are only for construction. And you may ask me what is a Buddha? That is a huge stone. I don't know. See, this minute, critical, intricate sculpture can be only done with the stones that has been grown below the water level under the cool atmosphere. So you get my point, no? See, it's a ocean. You see, you can for every point like this Ashtama, there are 52 types of thing. Again, how do you fix the dimensions of the temple? That is known as Ayadi. Ayadi is a general prosperity for the temple, for the people, for the state, for everything. So what is Ayadi? This for Subramanya Swami, for Skandabad, you take into a lot of factors. Then we decide based on so many Shilpa Shastras. You decide. This is again that's a big subject. I can, if you want, you can talk. Now regarding the speciality of this Mahakumbhabhishekam, we are talking about the Swarna Bandhana Mahakumbhabhishekam. I was talking about Ashtabandhanam. The Shilpa Shastra says if you are going to have Swarna Bandhanam, Rajata Bandhanam, that is silver, that life will be about 25 years. But if you are going to have Swarna Bandhanam, life will be for 100 years.
బంధనం ఎక్కడ వేస్తారు సార్?
Swarna Bandhanam life is about 100 years. What we do is at the junction of the base, you put there are two types of Swarna Bandhanam. Previously they used to drill hole and then put molten gold, but that has got some practical difficulties. So what we do is now we make a belt of about 3 inches width, and then make a strip of gold strip, and then first you make that's why tomorrow day after you can see all that. So what we do is after Ashtabandhanam gets stabilized, that is why we require about 4-5 days from the time we start the pujas to complete, and all this Devata Pratishtha takes some time. It's not to be done in a hurry, because whatever Pratishtha we are doing, it is going to be there for 100 years or more. So it has to be done properly. As a matter of fact, whatever we do for God, it should be done properly. See, I believe for Subramanya, it should be 6-star or 7-star. It is not a 5-star. It should be 6, 7, 7 stars. So that is
సుబ్రహ్మణ్య స్వామికి 6 ముఖాలు ఉంటాయి అంటారు.
See, now I complete this. What happens when you put this Swarna Bandhanam? That's a process. It goes for 100 years. So the speciality is the Swarna Bandhanam here, which nowadays most of the temples also following. Apart from that, there's a process of installation of things. What we call as Bela Sthapanam. Bela Sthapanam is a very unique, very rarely done in temples. See, the Bela Sthapanam consists of a gasket, copper gasket. I think he has got copper gasket made of copper. Then we made in 9 compartments. We fill 92 types of materials in that. 9 types of navaratnas. 9 అన్ని పెట్టేసామండి, ఇవాళ పొద్దుగానే పెట్టేసామన్నీ. జస్ట్ beneath the, see what happens, beneath the daitis we fill up all that. And then 9 types of navaratnas. See what is the source of creation? Creation is by the Damru of Lord Shiva. That is known as Mahendra Suktam. When the Lord Shiva danced, there is a Damru, the sound of 9. Mahendra Suktam is, I don't want to spell wrongly, that is why I am not chanting that. Otherwise it got 9 Mahendra Suktam. Those are the basis of our creation. So what we do is we inscribe all that 9 thing in silver plate, and then we embed in that. We embed 9 types of roots, 9 types of earth, 9 types of, again 9 types of, there are totally 92 items. And then we cover it with that, with 92 types of mantras are there. They are just chanted for years together, months together, and then we put it. Over that we have Swarna Yantram for all the deities. So what is Swarna Yantram? We have yantrams for individual deities. So that is carved on a golden sheet. What is the width of the Swarna Yantram is also specified in Shilpa Shastras. Well, I was talking about Paramanu, So what is that? Again, the Devangulam. What is Devangulam? 8 times that the width of the pad is Devangulam. That is equal to 1 3/8 of our British inch. I can go on, forget about now. Now all these measurements are based on Devangulam. That is why, again, when you talk of Vimanam, there are 5 types of Vimanam. There is Shantikam, Anandam, Shautikam, Paustikam, Adbudam, Anandam, and Sarvakamikam. Okay, now when you talk of our temple, we have gone for a Sarvakamikam Vimanam. That is why we got that goes about 26 feet 8 inches. That is 2.25 times the Kalpuravai. Again, Kalpuravai, again I have to explain, that's a different matter. So our temple, we have a Vimanam of Sarvakamika Vimanam. Sarvakamika Vimanam, by now you might have guessed the meaning of the Sarvakamikam. So we wish that Lord Subramanya fulfills all the Sarvakamikam, whatever wishes of devotees, wishes of our state, and lead us, wishes of our nation. We once again surrender to the lotus feet of God, that He leads for the general prosperity of all the devotees at large. That is why Sarva Kamikam. మీ మనసులో ఏం కోరుకుంటారో అన్ని జరుగుతుందని 100% నేను చెప్పగలుగుతానండి. This is the speciality of our thing. Regarding the homam, I'll ask he is actually handling this Yaga Shala. Actually what happens on the yesterday we started the program on 15th we started the Devata Pradishta. So Devata Pradishta is going on simultaneously. So we have started with the Shadakshari Homam. So tomorrow is the Purnahudi for that. Tomorrow after we complete this Purnahudi, 21st Tarvata. But after that, if you ask me the entire process, 21st Swami or Vastaru, Kumbhabhishekam Chestaru. Then Kumbham, 33 Kumbham has to be installed, and he will perform the Kumbhabhishekam, and then he will come down and perform the Maha Abhishekam, and then the temple gets back to the old thing. So now we have a process of Mandala Abhishekam. The whole thing takes for about 48 days. So it's a big process, See, as I said, life is a celebration. Our gods teach us to celebrate each and everything. Live happily, live prosperously. I again surrender to God to keep all the devotees and the state and the nation with all cheers, boundless happiness and bliss.
యాగశాల గురించి
Yagashala, as per the Shilpa Shastras, see, we have to transmit the power of the divinity through fire. So there are scriptures which specially mentions number of Yagashala, the size of Yagashala, and the rituals that has to be followed in the Yagashala. లేదండి, ఇదే నేను టెంపరీగా నేను గవర్నమెంట్ మాకేమైనా స్పేస్ లేదు, గవర్నమెంట్ వెరీ కైండ్ టు గివ్ అస్ బ్లాక్ ద రోడ్ ఫర్ అబౌట్ 1 month. ఇది ఆయనగా చేసేస్తామండి. ఈ యాగశాల కన్సిస్ట్ ఆఫ్ 66 కుంటం సార్. దానిలో వీఆర్ గెటింగ్ materials from everywhere. And I forgot to tell you, for the Mahakumbha Abhishekam, we are getting holy Tirtham. We have sent people for getting holy Tirtham from Prayag. అది అక్కడి నుంచి మన గంగా తీర్థం తీసుకొచ్చినాము, అది త్రివేణి సంగం తీసుకొచ్చినాము, మళ్ళీ ఆరిజిన్ ఆఫ్ కావేరి ఇన్ తల కావేరి, ఆరిజిన్ ఆఫ్ గోదావరి ఫ్రమ్ నాసిక్, అండ్ అపార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ దట్ ఐఎమ్ గెటింగ్ తీర్థం ఫ్రమ్ ఫ్రమ్ మానసరోవర్. I'm getting Tirtham from by God's grace. God has arranged. So we are getting Tirtham from Padakondu, Irveundu, from Rameshwaram also. అన్నిటిని తీసుకొస్తున్నామండి. This is a great occasion, great auspicious occasion అండి. So here also we are going to have sandalwood also offering for Lord Subramanya in the homam. So this Yagashala we are performing strictly as per the scriptures for the welfare of the people at large, for the devotees at large, and for the welfare of the state and welfare of the nation అండి. దీంతోనే మేము కోరుకునేది ఏంటంటే see when people come to the Devalayam and people come and prostrate for Namaskaram, there's a big meaning for Namaskaram. Why should you do Namaskaram? Why should you do Pradakshinam? What is Pradakshinam? I can always explain in a different time. So what we say, when people come and surrender unto the holy lotus feet of Lord Subramanya, of Skandagirishwara, they should be completely have complete blessings of divine blessings of Lord Subramanya with all bliss, happiness, prosperity and enjoyment in their life. Another thing is Lord Subramanya is in charge of the progeny. Again that's a different subject. So Vamsha Vriddhi Karaya Namaha is only Lord Subramanya is Vamsha Vriddhi Karaya Namaha. So our Dhyana Slokam itself is Kalyanam Dadadam. Our temple what we say is we request humble at the lotus feet of God that everyone should have lots of prosperity. Whomsoever comes here, they should enjoy the bliss and the Vamsha Vriddhi atane undale. And దాని ప్రకారం మనం సనాతన ధర్మ కూడా వృద్ధి కావాలండి. That is the need of the hour, and I think with this I close. Thank you.
ఇలాంటి పూజల వల్లే నిజంగా చెప్పాలంటే మీరు చేసే మహత్కార్యాల వల్లే సనాతన ధర్మం ఖచ్చితంగా ఇంప్రూవ్ అవుతుంది.
I don't consider it. On the contrary, I consider that I am being fortunate to be chosen among lot of people to be at the service of God అండి. So if at all నాకు rebirth ఉంటే కూడా today morning also I prayed, if at all I come back to earth again, let me be at the service of Sanatana Dharma and construct more and more temples. That is my wishes to God అండి.
సరే ఈ పల్లకి గురించి స్పెషల్లీ పల్లకి ఫుల్ అట్రాక్టివ్గా ఉంది, అంటే అన్నిటికన్నా డిఫరెంట్గా ఉంది కొంచెం.
As per Shilpa Shastras, as we are all there, we respect God as a part of us. So we also feel that God should take rest in the night. So there's a pallaki పెట్టేసి భగవంతుని అన్ని పెద్ద గుడిలు ఉంటుందండి, అన్ని పెద్ద గుడిలు ఉంటుంది. You treat him as your very close to you. That is our thing. He is not alien. He is within you, within ourselves. And you enjoy the bliss. సో అట్లా వచ్చేటప్పుడు భగవంతుని మనం తీసుకొచ్చి నైట్లో దానికన్నా శయన ఆలయం చేస్తున్నామండి. దాని శయన ఆలయంలో ఇది జూలో పెట్టేసి భగవంతుని వీల్ రిక్వెస్ట్ హిమ్ టు స్లీప్. ఇది ఆలయం లోపల ఉంటుంది, గర్భగుడిలో ఉంటుంది. ఆలయంలో వీల్ జస్ట్ రిక్వెస్ట్ హిమ్ టు స్లీప్. ఎర్లీ మార్నింగ్ సుప్రభాతం తీసుకొని that's why I said, life is a pleasure, life is enjoyment, life is a celebration. So we should do it. And here this is Nataraja Chitsabha of Chidambaram. When you talk of Chidambaram, it is a essence of Shilpa Shastras. There is a Lord Nataraja statue at CERN in Switzerland. Yeah, at Switzerland. CERN is a highly scientific research organization. Why they have put Lord Nataraja there? That is the significance. So this is a mini scale of Chitsabha. The Chitsabha, Nataraja's temple is a definition of Shilpa Shastras. It can go on, but this is a minuscule where we have Lord Shiva name embossed on each tile of that.
తెలుసుకోవాల్సిన కొంతమంది మెంబర్స్ ఉన్నారు సార్, ఒకసారి వాళ్ళని ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేస్తారు.
The first and senior most is our dearest Sri Muthu Krishnan Kurukkal. is popularly known as Kannan Kurukal. His knowledge is an ocean of knowledge. He and his elder brother, Mr. Paramesham Kurukal, joined at a tender age of about 10 or 12 years here, or after undergoing rigorous insight. Right from day of inception of the temple, we are blessed to have Sri Kannan Kurukal with us. See, here we have all our priests are well trained for more than 12-13 years. And the most sought out and the most popular and the most knowledgeable in all Shastras is our Shiva Subramanya Kurukal. He is popularly known as Rajesh Kurukal. So they guide us, and they are mainly responsible for performance of all these rituals. See, unless I always say that you should have a good administration as well as good. It's like two eyes. So we are blessed. Lord Subramanya Swami, when he handed over this temple, asked me to take over the mantle. He also blessed me with all such type of dedicated Kurukals, knowledgeable, which I am proud of. I think he will talk about.
థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. సార్, ఆలయంలో మీకు జరిగిన అనుభూతుల గురించి, మీరు ఆలయం స్టార్టింగ్ నుంచి ఉన్నారని తెలిసింది. సో అప్పటి నుంచి మీకు కమిటీ నుంచి వచ్చిన సహాయ సహకారాలు అదొక్కసారి మాకు చెప్పండి.
నమస్కారం అండి. కళ్యాణం దదం కడాక్షలవదోర్ భక్తాయ హత్వారిపూర్ణి కళ్యాణాచల కార్ముకస్సదరుజం కారుణ్యపాదోనిధిం కళ్యాణాకృతిం అవ్యయం గిరిసుత ప్రేమాస్పదం పావనం కళ్యాణాయ భజేనుజం గణపతే శ్రీదేవసేనాపతిం. ఈ భాగ్యనగరంలో మనం శ్రీ కాంచి కామకోటి పీఠాధిపతి చంద్రశేఖర సరస్వతి స్వాముల వారు అనుగ్రహం, ముఖ్యంగా మహాపెరివ శ్రీ చంద్రశేఖర స్వామి గురుజీయే ఇక్కడ వచ్చి 68లో సుందర వినాయకుడు వాళ్ళ చేతితో ప్రతిష్ఠ చేయించి వాళ్ళ సుబ్రహ్మణ్య స్వామికి శంకుస్థాపన చేసి వెళ్ళారన్నమాట. అప్పుడు మనం ఈ రాజామణి గారు అని ఇక్కడ పెద్ద కమిటీ వారు విగ్రహం సుబ్రహ్మణ్య స్వామి విగ్రహం వచ్చింది, అది ఎక్కడ పెట్టుకోవాలని కొద్దిగా ఆలోచించినప్పుడు తన ఇంటిలో పెట్టుకున్న తనము అని సంకల్పం చేశారు. కమిటీలో చెప్పారు, సరే తన ఇంట్లో విగ్రహం కానీ ఒకటి పెట్టుకుంటే ఆరాధన చేయాలి, పూజ చేయాలి, అది ఆయన కొద్దిగా మనసులో కొంచెం క్లేశం వచ్చింది కాబట్టి సరే ఒక చిన్న సంకల్పం చేసుకుంటామని ఎవరి అడుగుకుంటే వాడు మనోధైర్యంలో ఒక సంకల్పం చేసుకున్నారండి. ఏమంటే అది సుబ్రహ్మణ్య స్వామి ఎప్పుడు ఆలయం నిర్మాణం చేసి ప్రతిష్ఠ చేస్తున్నామో అప్పుడు వరకు నేను ఉప్పు లేకుండా ఉపవాసం ఉంటాను. సుబ్రహ్మణ్య స్వామి ప్రతిష్ఠించిన తర్వాత నేను ఉప్పు చేస్తున్నాను అని చెప్పి చాలా ఒక వరుష లెక్క సంవత్సరాలాగా ఉన్నారండి. వాళ్ళు ఒక ఆశీర్వాదం ఒకటి, స్వాముల వారి ఆశీర్వాదం ఒకటి, భక్తజనాలు ఒక సహాయం ఒకటి, మంత్రాధీన చేస్తుంది. దీనివల్ల సుబ్రహ్మణ్య స్వామి దేవాలయం వచ్చింది. తర్వాత ఇక్కడ ఒక్కొక్క వారము ఒక్కొక్క అగ్నికార్యం లేకుండా పూజ లేదండి. ప్రతిరోజు ఒక్కొక్క హోమాలు, అగ్నికార్యంతోనే హోమం చేస్తాము. పూజ చేసి సుబ్రహ్మణ్య స్వామికి ఆరాధన చేస్తున్నాం. ఆదివారం గణపతి హోమం పూజ, సోమవారం మృత్యుంజయ హోమం, మహన్యాస రుద్రాభిషేకం ఇదన్నీ జరుగుతుంది. ఆయుష్ హోమాలు జరుగుతుంది. మంగళవారం విశేషం, సుబ్రహ్మణ్య స్వామికి మంగళవారం చాలా విశేషమైన. ఆ రోజు వేయిలేక ఆడవాళ్ళు స్త్రీలు వచ్చి ఉపవాసం ఉండి దుర్గమ్మ వారికి 3:30 నుంచి 4:30 వరకు రాహుకాల సమయంలో దీపం వెలిగించారు. నిమ్మపండు దీపం వెలిగించి తన కోరిక అమ్మవారి దగ్గర చెప్పి ప్రార్థించుకొని కోరిక నేర్చుకున్నారు. పొద్దున పూటే సుబ్రహ్మణ్య షడాక్షర హోమము, సుబ్రహ్మణ్య మూల హోమంత్ర హోమములు అవుతుంది. విశేష అభిషేకంగా ఒక్కొక్క మంగళవారానికి దగ్గర లెక్క పెడితే కూడా 500-700 అభిషేకాల వరకు అవుతుంది అన్నమాట. ఫుల్ ఆలయం పూర్తిగా ఉంటారు, జనాలు పూర్తిగా ఉంటారు. మధ్యాహ్నం రావుకాల సమయంలో వచ్చి చూస్తే ఒక్కటే స్త్రీమయమా ఉంటుంది, శక్తిమయమా ఉంటుంది. వాళ్ళ యొక్క పూజా ఫలాలు పరిక్రమం చేస్తారు. ఆ పరిక్రమ వైబ్రేషన్ వల్లే మనకు ఇక్కడ స్వామికి సాన్నిధ్యం పెరుగుతుంది. అలాగే బుధవారం సుదర్శన హోమం, ధన్వంతరి హోమం మహావిష్ణుకి, గురువారం మేధా దక్షిణామూర్తికి, చదువు గురించి దక్షిణామూర్తి హోమం అవుతుంది. శుక్రవారం, ప్రతి శుక్రవారం మనకి ఇక్కడ నవచండీ హోమం జరుగుతుంది. ప్రతి శుక్రవారం జరుగుతుంది. 10 సారి చండీ పారాయణం చేసి ఒక్కసారి హోమం చేస్తున్నాము. శనివారం నాడు నవగ్రహాల హోమం. ఇలాగే వారం పూర్తిగా హోమం, పూజ, అభిషేకం, మంత్రాధీనంద దైవతం. ఒకవైపు వీళ్ళు నిర్వాహం, ఒకవైపు మంత్రం, రెండు ఇద్దరు కలిసిన కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ చాలా సాన్నిధ్యంగా ఉంటుంది.
కమిటీ వాళ్ళు గారు మేనేజ్మెంట్లో మనకి ఏ పూజ చేయాలంట వారు అన్ని విధంగా మనకి హెల్ప్ చేస్తారు. దానివల్ల మనము ఇక్కడ ఏమి కావాలి అన్నీ చేసుకుంటాము. ఇంకొకటి అంటే మంగళవారం నాడు చాలామంది వస్తారు. ఎట్లంట పిల్లలు ఎల్లుకున్నాడు వస్తారండి. 5 వారాలు ప్రార్థన చేసుకుంటారండి. 6వ వారంలో స్వామివారు అనుగ్రహం చేస్తున్నారండి. అలాగే పెళ్ళి లేకున్నవాడు, తర్వాత పెళ్ళి కావాలన్నవాడు, తర్వాత బిజినెస్లో పెద్దగా రావాలన్నవాడు అందరం చేసుకుంటారండి. స్వామివారు సుబ్రహ్మణ్య సత్యంగా అందరికీ అనుగ్రహం చేస్తున్నారండి. ఈ సందర్భంలో మీరు అందరూ స్వామివారి అనుగ్రహం పొందాలని ప్రార్థన చేసుకుంటున్నానండి. నమస్తే అండి.
సుబ్రహ్మణ్య స్వామి టెంపుల్ ట్రస్ట్ ప్రధాన ట్రస్టీ మెంబర్స్ అన్నమాట.
Skandagiri Sri Subramanya Swami Temple. This temple is being managed by Skandagiri Subramanya Swami Sanatana Dharma Trust. This trust is under the aegis of Sri Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham, for which chief patron is always the Acharya Swami of Kanchi Kamakoti Peetham. The first trustee is ex officio member. The ex officio trustee is the Sri Karyam and agent of Sri Matam. Now the Acharya Swami nominates. It is not by election. I can repeat, this not by election. So this is by nomination by His Holiness Acharya Swamigal. See, he selects people. Normally this trust is with people who are coming from generations, who have been associated with the temple. There is a natural flair, natural affection, natural attachment for the temple right from their blood, from their father's days. Now, Mr. Amarnath is a professional chartered accountant. He is a professional chartered accountant. He ensures that everything is set, is going as per the guidelines. His father is a leading professional chartered accountant. So, they are also associated with temple. Now, Mr. Shankar.
About 10 years I'm here. I'm working now as the treasurer. So I look after the accounts and all and see to it that everything is in order and up to date. And all come.
Mr. Shankar is our senior trustee. He is a wizard of finance. He had been heading lots of financial organizations. He is an asset for us. He represents only in tribunals, but he is a great source of inspiration and a guidance in financial matters. Apart from this, he is a great Vedic scholar. He is also a trustee to Veda Bhavan here. So it's a great fortune. I told you now, Subramanya Swami selects and Acharya Swami proposes these trustees. I am blessed to have such a team. Mr. Krishnamurti Iyer is a very senior man. He has been holding very senior positions like the general manager level of a government undertaking. He is retired now. He is totally dedicated. He's got a big knowledge, wide knowledge of all matters in puja matters. He handles all these puja matters. So, because he is well versed, his normal puja time is about 5 to 6 hours daily. So you can imagine his knowledge and pujas. So I am blessed to have him to handle all the puja matters. Mr. Raghu is my childhood friend. And he is a man with commerce. So pakka businessman. So he handles all procurement. So we are ensuring that everything is procured properly, at the right quality, at the right price, at the right time. So we are blessed to have him. So these are our basic. We have totally, the trust consists of 9 members. That includes the Sri Karyam. Other 2-3 members have not come. Our chairman is Mr. Magandi Subramaniam. About who is the architect? See, we are blessed to have the services of Kalai Mahamani Sri Subbaya Sapati, a doyen in the field of Shilpa Shastras. They have constructed more than 400 temples, including the famous Golden Temple. And so when he came here, I have no words. So I can only say Sri Subramania Swami has selected the right person at the right time, and it's very. I would definitely love to have him because of his health conditions. He is unable to be present here. He is ably assisted by his very excellent, professionally skilled son, Swaminathan Savati. Illustrious son. Okay, so he always takes care, and they are spending lots and lots of time, their knowledge. And if at all this entire temple complex has come up this way, the Shilpa part, Shilpa structures, everything has been visualized by Subbaya Savati Garu and ably executed by his son Swaminathan. We wish them lots and lots of happiness and more, and we wish that more and more temple comes up under his guidance. And today they are masters in the construction of temples of stone structures. I can definitely say they are number one, and they will be on the top of the world very shortly. That is my prayers to God, and they rightly deserve so. Thank you very much.
ప్రతి గుడిలో కూడా పూజ చేసిన తర్వాత పూజా పూలు ఏం చేస్తారు అనేసి అందరికీ ఒక చిన్న డైలమా ఉండిపోతుంది. సో ఈ గుడిలో మాత్రం పూజ చేసిన పూలని జీరో వేస్టేజ్ కింద కన్వర్ట్ చేస్తారంట. అది ఎలా అనేసి కనుక్కుందాం ఒకసారి.
See, our temple, we are very conscious about the environment, and we are converting for example, we are converting the flower wastage. I don't call it nirmalyam, we say. Nirmalyam ఏం చేస్తామంటే we have got a compost machine, thanks to State Bank of India, we got a compost machine. We feed into the compost machine. After 2 days, the entire thing gets converted into compost manure. That of course nothing comes free in the temple. It should not be. I have a policy, nothing should be given free unnecessarily. So we are selling at a subsidized rate of 7.5 rupees or 10 rupees per kg, depending on so many things. So there are a lot of demand. అది ఒకటి ఏంటంటే పూజ చేసిన పూలు పవిత్రంగా చేసి it goes as a manure. That is number one. We have stopped using plastics for past 15 years. The plastic is strictly banned even before the government recommendation came into picture. Like that I can go on we are quite energy saving. We are using solar systems. In future, by God's grace, everything after all this Kumbhabhishek is over, we are proposing to have a complete solar system, entire roof. So we will be generating power and we will be feeding the Telangana power. So ours is not only, we are very responsible administration, and that is why we got ISO certificates on 7 counts, not one. I can tell you our temple could be the only temple who got ISO certification on 7 counts. So with this, thank you.
పద్మనాభనగర్లో కొలుదీరిన సుబ్రహ్మణ్య స్వామి దేవాలయానికి ప్రతి మంగళవారానికి ఒక విశిష్టత ఉంటుంది. మంగళవారం భక్తజన సందోహం చాలా ఎక్కువ ఉంటుంది అని వింటుంటాం. ఆ రోజు మాత్రమే దీపారాధన చేసి దేవుణ్ణి ప్రత్యేకంగా కొలుస్తారు. అసలు అది ఎందుకు చేస్తారు, ఆ భక్తులను అడిగి తెలుసుకుందాము. మేడం, మీరు మీ పేరు?
నా పేరు శ్యామల అండి. ఇక్కడ సుబ్రహ్మణ్య స్వామి పూజలు అని అంటే మంగళవారమే అండి స్పెషల్. సుబ్రహ్మణ్య స్వామికి పూజలు అంటేనే మంగళవారం అండి. మంగళవారం ఇక్కడ చాలా ఘనంగా పద్మనాభనగర్ సుబ్రహ్మణ్య స్వామి టెంపుల్లో చాలా ఘనంగా విశేషంగా పూజలు చేస్తారు. ఇక్కడ ప్రత్యేకించి చెప్పాలి అంటే అభిషేకాలు, అర్చనలు, హోమాలు, యాగాలు, యజ్ఞాలు చాలా బాగా జరిపిస్తారండి. ఇక్కడ కోరుకున్న కోరికలు చాలా మనస్ఫూర్తిగా కోరుకొని చాలా నమ్మకంతో నిమ్మకాయ దీపాలు వెలిగిస్తే కోరుకున్నవి నెరవేరుతాయనేసి ఒక నమ్మకం అండి. ఇక్కడ చాలా విశేషంగా భక్తులు చాలా నమ్మకంతో వస్తారండి. వచ్చిన
రెగ్యులర్గా వస్తుంటే
వీక్లీ వన్స్ ట్యూస్డేస్ మార్నింగ్ ఆర్ ఈవినింగ్ అండి. ఖచ్చితంగా
మీరు ఇక్కడే ఉంటారా మేడం, లేదంటే వేరే ఏరియా నుంచి వస్తారా టెంపుల్ చూడడానికి?
ఇక్కడే పద్మనాభనగర్ అపార్ట్మెంట్స్లో ఇక్కడే ఉంటాము. కానీ ఈ పూజల కోసమని ప్రతి వారం చాలా ప్రత్యేకమైన పూజలు ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి ఖచ్చితంగా ఇక్కడికి వస్తామండి.
థ్యాంక్ యూ మేడం. చూశారు కదండి, పద్మనాభనగర్లో సుబ్రహ్మణ్య స్వామి టెంపుల్ యొక్క విశిష్టత, స్థల పురాణం అన్ని కృష్ణన్ గారి మాటల్లో విన్నాము. ఇదండి ఇవాల్టి ప్రోగ్రామ్. మళ్ళొక ప్రోగ్రామ్తో మరి మీ ముందుంటాను. అంతవరకు సైనింగ్ ఆఫ్, కల్పన.